Wow. Welcome to the Fox 17 Rockin' Review. I'm hanging out with such a talented guy, John Oates. Many of you know him from Hall Oates and also from his solo career. 80 million albums, one of the highest, most popular duos ever.
No one can hang around as long as we have.
I don't think it's that. I think it's talent and great songs. It's so funny, you know, here in the studio to where, you know, all the news people come in and want their pictures with you.
Oh, that's
you
cool.
know, and so
it's always nice to be liked.
It is,
yeah.
you know, but you know, so talented with the great music, and you and I were talking off camera about your new docu concert that just released in January. And how's that doing? Talk to me about that.
Well, it's being shown on Palladia, on the Palladia network, and
Right.
it'll be shown throughout this whole year, which is really great because they show it at any time, daytime, nighttime, whatever. But it was really a labor of love, just like all the solo music I make. I do it because I have this great opportunity to be around a lot of talented and creative people, and I just want to explore all the possibilities and collaborate with people, and that's what this whole thing is about. And it's, you know, the good road to follow idea is that it's a musical journey that just doesn't really have an end, and I just want to see where it takes me.
Well, you know, and the nice thing is with this set too, John, is that it has the DVD plus a CD.
Yes.
And
so
then,
if you want to listen to the music in your car,
yes, much like me.
If you're old school like you and I, we pop it in, slide it in that little slot.
Yeah.
And if not, it's a nice you know, it's a nice documentary, and there's some shots in Colorado where I live as well, and you know, we walking around the mountains talking about life, and kind of interweaving it with the songs. And
you know, I really enjoyed it watching it, you know, and I've watched it several times to where you seem so relaxed, and you had so many guests on also.
Well, every one of the players on the DVD are friends, guys I've toured with, people I've recorded with.
Right.
And I've got two amazing singers, Becca Bramlett and Wendy Moten,
oh
singing
my gosh,
with me.
incredible.
Just incredible. And you know, when you have that kind of support, creative support, you know, it's almost like you're floating on a musical cloud.
That's what I was going to say.
It really is true.
And you gave that perception, because I mean, I think that, you know, everybody reinforced your music and your talent so well, you know, and even the stuff that you've done with Dahl, you know, and you're touring both, you know, you're touring your solo stuff.
That's right.
And you're touring, you know, with Hall Oates still.
Oh, absolutely. Daryl and I play all the time.
Yeah, and you're even going to be back here in September.
Yes,
playing in Nashville.
Mid-September, we're playing at the new amphitheater out down by the river.
That is
So
incredible.
that's going to be really cool. Yeah.
Wow. Now let's talk also, you brought in two great guitars, John, and I appreciate that, because let's talk about your Martin first.
Okay.
Now both of these were used on the album and the DVD.
These are the two guitars I used on the DVD and the album. I actually only used these two guitars.
Wow.
This one is really unique. I paid a visit to the Martin factory in Nazareth, Pennsylvania.
Right.
And it's by the way, it's an amazing museum if you've never been to Martin.
I want to go so bad.
It's incredible. So as I did a factory tour, of course, I was saying to myself, John, don't buy a guitar, don't buy a guitar. But of course I couldn't stop myself. I saw a Sunburst. This is based on a 1934 vintage Sunburst that they did back in those days.
Right.
And I always love the 00 size because
too.
it's a smaller body, and it just feels comfortable for me. But I asked if they could make the body a ½ an inch thicker.
Wow.
So that way it has more depth and a little bit more bottom and
more bass.
lower mids. Yes. So and then of course I had a neck profile done that was custom to my hand.
And your custom logo, we can
I've
see
got
right
my
there.
logo in there too. Yeah,
That is so
absolutely.
awesome, and the special inlays in the fretboard.
Yeah, it's a really special guitar. I waited 9 months for this guitar, and you know, when you order a custom guitar, you never know, because if it doesn't come out right, you're kind of stuck with it.
Yeah.
But I was thrilled with this because it really came out great. So I love this guitar, and it's just got a beautiful, even sound to it, and I just love it. Yeah.
It sounds incredible.
Yeah,
of course,
something
every
about
guitar sounds great in your hands, but and then we were talking about your Trussart here also, the James
yeah.
Trussart guitar.
Now this is a work of art. James Trussart is a guitar builder. He lives in LA. He's originally from France. And I know you know a lot about him, but everything on this guitar is hand built. He builds everything, the pickups, the knobs, the screws, and he etches into the steel. It's a steel guitar.
Right.
And he etches this, in this particular model, it's roses, but he does snakeskin and alligator patterns, and he does it in his garden. It's a really amazing process.
Well, and like you said, no two are alike, and you know what's incredible about yours too, John, that I noticed is the guitar neck on yours is more like a early 60s
That's right.
profile neck.
Specifically, when I saw the guitar, the first thing I do is I grab the neck. If it works for me, that's the first thing I look at.
Right.
And that worked immediately. I do like the 60s profile.
Yeah.
And it's just it's unique. It plays like a Telecaster, but it sounds completely different.
It does.
It's completely hollow, and it's got a perforated back.
Right, which helps lighten it also. Right, like that. But I mean, it sounds incredible on all the music I've heard you use it on.
It's truly unique, yeah.
Yeah,
really
it doesn't really sound like any other instrument.
No, I agree.
And I know that James Trussart is very glad that you're playing them also.
Well, yeah,
one of your buddies.
He's a very cool. It's nothing like having an artist build a guitar.
Right.
As I mean,
as an artist,
because he's just. He sees it in a different way.
He does.
It's a work of art, not only to play, but to look at as well.
Right. Yeah. Well, now, we were talking earlier, too, you're doing a lot of songwriting now for other people, even. You've done 5 solo albums, correct? And so, and all the work that you've done with Hall Oates, and so now you're doing more just writing for other artists.
Well, I'd like to, I really enjoy collaborating. I like the process. I like I like kind of getting into people's minds and seeing how they think and how they create, and also when I'm working with another artist, to try to see where they want to go.
Right.
And how I can help them get there, if I can. Sometimes I can, and sometimes I can't. You never know how it's going to work.
Well, I think that's so intuitive of you, because it's knowing your music as I do all through the years, all the great hits that you've had, and all the acknowledgement now that you're getting for all those years of great music. It's pretty impressive.
Well, you know what? I think it's also a time in for me personally, to give back a little bit. I'm going up to Berklee College of Music in Boston, and also then to Spain, where they have a campus in April.
Wow.
And I'm going to be doing a whole series of lectures and workshops and songwriting and publishing, and we're going to talk about career building. We're going to talk about recording, writing, everything. So I actually enjoy that. Maybe even in another life I might have been a teacher. You never know. So.
Well, I didn't know until earlier that you had a journalism degree.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah. So it's like that. That helps a lot, John. Many talents.
Well, when you need a copywriter here at the station, give me a buzz. I'll come down and write a little bit for you.
Well, now let's talk about where can viewers find out about your concerts and when you're at Berklee and everything else. Where's the best place, web-wise and Facebook-wise?
Well, johnoates.com, but I think my Facebook page has more up-to-date stuff. My Facebook page, I feed it pretty much every day as best I can, and it's got a lot of interesting stuff. It's personal stuff and it's
good
business
stuff.
It's all kinds of things. So Twitter, Facebook, the Another Good Road DVD is available on Amazon and iTunes. So you can get it anywhere.
Yeah, definitely. I think anybody looking to enjoy some of your solo music and your guests and everything, it's a great DVD CD to pick up. And so, I recommend it highly.
If you like real music, it is.
Yeah,
right.
American roots music. And I think, what's great about this whole project, John, is that, you can tell your heart's behind it.
Absolutely. I'm really fortunate, and I'm really blessed that I'm in a place in my life where I can do music just because I want to.
Right.
Not many people get to that spot.
Yeah.
So I really don't take it for granted. I like to, I want to take it as far as I can and just enjoy it while it's happening.
Well, we appreciate it. We appreciate you sharing it with us. Be sure and catch John Oates and Hall Oates on the road. Check out the new DVD CD set, and thank you for watching the Fox 17 Rock and Review.